You know what's scary? I just tried to pop out chat and it just said, nah. Let's try it again. Okay, so now it works. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it basically said, sorry, chat isn't available, which is completely new and never happened before, so it was very strange. The reason why the stream is called Meow is because I want to configure Kitty to a bigger extent. The reason for that is that I saw a screenshot of somebody's terminal and I'm like, god damn, that looks like way better. What the fuck? So I want to configure the terminal emulator specifically to make it look a bit nicer. What I already did is draw borders when there are more than one window, and panes in Kitty are called windows for some reason, which is strange. Yeah, so the default color is green, and it like looks fine, it just doesn't fit my theming, my coloring, and I want it to. So I'm trying out yellow. Took the same color that I use for these, but I guess because this is so small, it feels a bit strange, you know? So, let's try making window border width, so the width of these things, a bit bigger and see how that feels. Goofy, for sure, but low-key, I like it more. First of all, it's way more obvious which like side is activated, and the window border isn't as, I guess, feeble as it usually is. And also, if we go back, oh, what? Yeah, if we go back, you see that after the border there's still some space, which looks a bit goofy, and with 2 that's no longer an issue to some extent. Let's do something crazy. Let's try 3. I actually like it even more. Okay, well 4 is probably way too much. Yeah, when we try 4, it actually changes the space it takes up. So 4 is definitely not, but 3 I actually quite like. It feels more terminal-ish. About terminals, okay, so the stream seems to be going properly. Cool. Yeah, I think this looks better. We use the same exact yellow that we use for other stuff in my prompt, which is a positive, because otherwise maybe I would have to use a yellow that's, I guess, brighter, and it wouldn't match. It would feel kind of bad. Well, I already tried it out, which is why I'm saying this is the case. And this looks like actual panes. Now, ideally, I would want these 2 borders to not interact and just have a single border, which may be a setting, but I do not know. So let's continue on looking at the settings. Okay, so what do we have here? I looked through a couple of things. Okay, yeah, so active border color, I think, is what I stopped at. Inactive border color. Okay, what happens if I do a comment? Let's use this color, which I probably have somewhere. Yeah, this one. So inactive border color, boom, Ooh, now it's even more obvious. And it's not like I ever write comments in the terminal, to be fair. What happens if I... Yeah, that makes sense. But still, it follows my theme a bit better. I like that. What do we have? Bell border color. Oh, is that a thing? Let's try it out. So let's do something like timer 3 seconds and go here. Bulk. And now it's orange, but that's not quite the orange that I actually want. Let me actually keep sound on permanently because it's not really supposed to happen ever. But if it is, you might as well hear it the same way that I do. So I agree with orange, I think. I think orange makes sense. Yeah, but it should be my orange. And I also have it somewhere here. Here it is. Let's copy this. Bell border color. Boop. But instead of that, I kind of hoped that it would stay. Okay, let's QB actually, to not like, oh, 2 capital F fucking hash, whatever. No need really. Let's try this again, the timer for 3 seconds. Yeah, now it also follows my theme. Now, to be fair, for the most part, you aren't really gonna see orange in my prompt unless I logged in as sudo or I'm on a different locale. That's not the word. If I basically logged into some server or something of that nature, which I never do, but if I did, I would see that in orange, supposedly. I've never seen it. Well, I've seen it, whatever. So orange feels like makes sense. However, it is pretty close to yellow, which is somewhat like eh. So let's look at other colors that we may use. Something that would come in contrast with yellow, yet would still show up pretty like big. Let's obviously try out this. Let's do... Oh, I don't even have to redo the timer. I think this type of red doesn't work very well. Overall, I like the color, but it just doesn't really work there. I thought of purple at first, and maybe that's the solution. It's quite calm. And yeah, I actually agree with it. It still will fit in my theme very well. While displaying... Also, let's not forget, yellow and purple fit together very well. So it's like, so far it's the best color to use, but I want to try out more. Green, I feel like, no, not really. Yeah, it doesn't work semantically. Well, I guess that's kind of it. Ooh, what about pink? Now, I know that pink is not supposed to fit in with yellow, and yeah, here it doesn't because it's way too similar. But I actually really like combining yellow and pink. Those are my 2 favorite colors. Okay, cool. Inactive text alpha. Fade the text in inactive windows by the specified amount. Interesting. Huh. Has that been working that way this entire time? No, it doesn't seem so. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, let's try this out. I could see this looking nice, potentially. Let's do 0.9 and see how that looks. There is an effect. I think I can see it. But it feels whack already. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not a very good looking effect in my opinion. Just feels kind of off. That's cool. Even though I have a window rule for the terminal to, like, already remove the bars and all that stuff, I might as well also make it BS there. Oh, by the way, I have to show something to you. I downloaded the rest of One Piece episodes that I've yet to watch. There's quite a lot of them. Let me show you something. Let's go to NCDU. Once it like loads everything up, which should probably take more since I'm streaming, the total disk usage in my home directory at least is 99 gigabytes. And actually, let's go here and redo the commands so we can see the full usage of my disk. I find it interesting that the size doesn't necessarily jump linearly. So 116 gigabytes, 0.7, is how much I'm using overall. And let's go to content One Piece. 65.9 is One Piece. I already forgot the previous number. But basically, let's... oh, right. The fucking video that I just published yesterday. Boom, boom, and boom. So I don't have to remember, I can just look. Ah, that's so nice. Okay, so we go here. 116.8 minus 65.9. Yes, so basically, more of my disk usage is One Piece than not, which I absolutely love. I think it's hilarious. Like what? Cool. Right. What was I doing? Window borders and such. One thing that I want to do is split up the options, basically. I split up my hotkeys that I set, but for some reason I don't do that with my options. So let's do that. Font family makes sense to be by itself. Tab bar things as well. Boom. So tab related things are there. Window blah blah blah. Oh, I already hide window decorations. Yeah, that's what I thought would probably be the case. Window resize step cells, draw minimal borders. Window padding width. Hide. Cursor blink, background image. That should be separated. Scroll back, blah blah blah. Okay. So let's put this here. And this is going to be related to window stuff. Okay, so a few sections, font-related things, then tab-related things, window-related things, background image stuff, or other background-related stuff, and basically the other settings. Okay, that's a bit more reasonable. Let's continue. Okay, so window logo path to a logo image. Why would you? Why would you want that? What's like the idea behind it? Resize the bounce time. The time to wait before redrawing the screen during a live resize of the OS window when no new resize events have been received. Interesting. So basically, as you resize the terminal window, like OS window, how much to wait until it resets? I haven't noticed any issues with it, so I'm not going to change it. Resize in steps. Resize the OS window in steps as large as the cells instead of with the usual pixel accuracy, combined with blah blah blah. Can be used to keep the margins as small as possible. Well, I use X11. Okay, let's try this. And immediately, let's add a new section, which idea is OS window related things. So let's look at the other stuff. So this is in the terminal type of setting, and this, and this, and this. So all of them. What about these settings? They're also in the terminal. Okay. Will you like resize, bro? Hey, yo? Hey, yo? Interesting. However much I would want to use this, it just stops my tiling script from working. So I guess no. Might as well keep it in the config. For no apparent reason. Maybe I'll want to change it later, who knows. Hey yo, chat just disappeared. Oh, here it is. Okay. Visual window select characters. The list of characters for visual window selection. I like the default. Do I? I do not, actually. So what it's talking about, let's get some link. Let's go to something in Rust and GGL, and then I pick a link and it's like boom, 1. I'm actually not a fan of typing numbers when I can instead type letters, so let's put this here and just start. F, J, K, and so on and so forth. I imagine it will be considered as a character, like no issues there, likely. Then this and this, this and this, this and this. A bit weird, I know, but I think it makes sense for how I do things. Then these, V, and B. Super weird, but let's do it. Invalid characters, only numbers and alphabets. Okay, good to know. And alphabets, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 0. Identical numbers or blah blah blah? Really? Which ones? That's gonna be difficult to see. God damn. There's probably some rejects that we can implement for this. Okay, no F's, no J's, no D's, no K's. I feel like I saw S twice. I did not. No L's, no A's. Ooh, another E. Boom. Okay, so let's GGL again, or rather we don't even have to. Why are you saying 1 again? Come on. I thought it like followed the same order. Well, let's just try it this way and go to somewhere in Rust, GGL. It's still 1. What if it expects, hold up, it expects them to be uppercase for some odd reason? Let's fucking launch the terminal again. Let's go to here again. Boom, boom. Oh, come on. Why is it still 1? Okay, what if I do this? The list of characters for visual window selection. For example, for selecting a window to focus on with I was thinking I was doing something else. The value should be a series of unique numbers or alphabets, case insensitive. Oh, insensitive from the set. Oh, so it does allow special characters. Huh. Okay. So K, KS, LA. This is apparently okay. Then GH, U, T, I, R, O, E, P, W, Q, Y, C, M, V, M, C, comma, because they are accepted, X, period, Z slash, because it is accepted, then NB, Yes. That's so confusing. Invalid characters. Only numbers and alphabets. So, basically, the docs are lying. Right? Yes, from this set, which contains all these. Would you look at that? Well, discovered, I guess, a bug in the docs. So this is a different thing, and I'm sure you can actually specify that as well. Wait, really? Is that it on the window stuff? But that's window layout. There are probably settings for the OS window itself. No, not probably, definitely. I do like the tabs being on the top, to be fair. Top bar margin width, height, style. Style already tried out, found what I liked. Tab bar align. Oh, interesting, you can do center. Let's try this out. Tab bar align. Tab related stuff. Let's not forget to put stuff where it's supposed to be. Center. Let's boom. That's so weird. Super unnecessary. Okay, what if like right? Really? That's so silly. Yeah, no. Tab switch strategy. The algorithm to use when switching to a tab when the current tab is closed. So all this time it's been using previous instead of left. Previous is more confusing because you have to actually, if the previous tab is not what you expected, you get taken aback rather than just moving left, which makes more sense. So I'm gonna pick that. But considering that I haven't yet noticed that, it probably isn't that big of a deal. Control how each tab fades into the background when using fade. Each number is an alpha. It controls how much the corresponding cell fades into the background, with 0 being no fade and 1 being full fade. No clue what that means, gonna be honest. Tab powerline style. Tab activity symbol. Some text or a Unicode symbol to show in a tab if a window in the tab does not have focus, has some activity. What do you mean by activity? If you want to use leading or trailing spaces, surround the text with quotes. Tab title max length. Active tab titles template. Interesting, you can make it different. Kind of didn't notice that. Interesting. I think I'm okay with tabs. Overall, I think this is how I want them to be. Unless different colors. Ooh, I can see that. Something that like yellow on the bottom. Okay, let's try something of that nature. Okay, well, this can be gray, and this can be Right, I can at the very least define my own white and gray. Okay, let's do that. Inactive tab background. And let's see. So that is inactive, so we take gray. It's not a big deal, to be fair, but yeah. Active tab background is my white. Wow, that white looks way different. So it's this color, the color that displays this. And without context, it looks straight up brown. Imagine, that's so insane. Okay, let's try using yellow and pink. Hold up. Oh wow, that's so silly. Huh. It's very silly. They don't match, I think, is the issue. So let's change pink to purple. Yeah, that looks better. However, the black being different, I think, is also an issue. Okay. Active tab foreground. Inactive tab foreground. So let's actually just copy the entirety of this. Okay, so active tab foreground, I'm going to keep normal. Active tab background I already defined. Inactive tab foreground. Let's try making it the same. Inactive tab background I also modified. Let's see how this looks. It's like very normal now. Wait, okay, so purple is the working one. Interesting, right? However, I think I do want bold. So let's enable bold again. Yeah. Okay, I like that. It's a bit cuter, you know? Let's try two different colors. Well, they are already different. Let's try pink and redder pink. So pink will be for inactive and redder pink for active. Ooh, this is a vibe. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a vibe. Oh, that's super cute. The more I look at it, the more I like it. It's very adorable. Color wheel. What's the color that fits best with pink? Apparently that one, but I think it looks ugly. Green? Something of that nature? It looks so unfitting. It looks like bleh. But okay, let's try it. So active, inactive, blah blah blah. Let's try changing them to, I guess, green. I super don't see this working, but you never know until you try. Wow. Okay. This specific color does not work, but I see why the idea may work. Let's try cyan. Also, too little difference. Purple, actually, maybe. Ayo. Also, too little difference. Aside from that, nothing really will work. Okay. Let's put it back to black. Cool. Tab bar background. That makes sense, I think. Tab bar margin color. I have no margin. So, what I wanted to play with the most is opacity and tint. So let's go to window related things and set opacity to 0.8. But first thing we do is we actually should remove the background image. That opacity does nothing. Oh, that's because maybe okay, let's rerun. Okay, this is a bit too much. Let's go back to 08. It's like GH repo blah blah blah. Okay, I can immediately see how this has the right idea, but I need to configure it to make it work. So background opacity 09. Okay. Background blur. I imagine up to 1. No, up to 64. Let's try like 5. 5 did nothing. 30. 30 did nothing. 64. 30 did nothing. We may have to do this. No difference still. Okay, whatever. It either doesn't work or I can't notice the difference. dynamic background opacity. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool, but I will never really need that. Also, I ran into an issue that's not going to happen anymore, where having the terminal opacity didn't work because maybe I have another window here, and when the background opacity shows the desktop image like it does now, that's fine. But if behind it is VS Code, for example, well, that's just kind of shit in it. But now that's no longer an issue because my Windows tile instead of floating, unless in some other situations. But I'm actually fine with this, I think. Yeah, I am. Cool. How much to tint the background image by the background color? This option makes it easier to read the text. Tinting is done using the current background color for each window. This option applies only if background opacity is set and transparent windows are supported, or that is set. Okay, let's try this. Let's set it to like 5. Did something change? Did it not? We'll never know. I don't know if anything changed. Let's comment it out. Make a mental image of this. No, nothing changed. Maybe it matters when you have multiple windows. That could be true. No. Dim opacity. How much to dim text that has the dim faint attribute set? I'll set the default. Right, so about these, pretty much I think I like this. Especially if I change my background image for my desktop, it will get reflected, and it's pretty like cute to open the terminal and immediately see the background. And since my Windows tile, the issue of accidentally seeing the wrong window behind is no longer an issue. And for my floating terminal, it's fine because now I have the advantage of being able to see behind, which I might sometimes actually need. So it's good in multiple ways. And if you change opacity in Kitty, in the terminal, you'll still easily see all the text correctly. But if you set the transparency on KDE's side, then even text gets more transparent, which is probably not what you want for the most part. The foreground and background colors for text selected with the mouse. Selection foreground and selection background. I actually like the colors here. I think they're sweet. Yeah, Okay, so let's go over what we changed here. First of all, no background image anymore, and the reason why I don't particularly want it, let me show you an example. Let's say I gh repo help. Oh no, it's like way too much. I press Alt-I to look through it, I quit, and usually what would happen here with the background image is that that background image would switch back to not being there, and then once I press any key, it fixes itself, and it used to happen all the time. It's a small thing, but it's pretty annoying. But now it's not going to happen, as we just checked. And that's actually super big in my opinion. Yeah, being able to use this feature without any visual bugs is pretty nice. Damn, I really love this wallpaper, by the way. I just said it. What else? So, no background image. By the way, we never reached configuring this. Maybe we will still. Okay. So we configured tabs. Let's commit all of these separately. Go to dot files, kitty, configure tabs. Yeah, I do like them. That's sweet. They're a bit like more mine. What else did we do? Oh, hold up. Actually, this should be staged as well. So let's git commit amend no edit. What do we change here? Basically add borders. Kitty, add borders. And this, and everything else for that matter in this file is kitty switch background image to opacity. Cool, great. Now what is this? Shell dot. The shell program to execute. The default value of dot means to use whatever shell is set as the default shell. Note that on macOS, if you change this, you might need to add blah blah blah. I'm not on macOS. Editor to use blah blah blah. I also set it, so that's okay. Close on child death. Holy shit. Close the window when the child process shell exits. The terminal will remain open when the child exits as long as there is still processes outputting to the terminal. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Remote control. Ooh, allow other programs to control Kitty using passwords. This option can be specified multiple times to add multiple passwords. If no passwords are present, Kitty will ask the user for permission if a program tries to use remote control with a password. A password can also optionally be associated with a set of allowed remote control actions. Oh, wow. So basically you can do something along the lines of Kitty, blah, blah, blah. Let's try that out by looking at the help. Oh, nice. It automatically uses less. Detach from the controlling terminal, if any. Remain open at a shell prompt after child process exits. Note that this only affects the first window. You can quit by either using the close window shortcuts or okay, I see. single instance. Okay, I might have missed the thing to basically remote control kitty. Well, alright. To get a list of available actions. Oh, can you just run an action? Control kitty by sending it commands. Set the allow remote control option in kitty.conf for this to work. When run without any subcommands, this will start an interactive shell to control kitty. Interesting. Okay, let's try this out. We open a new tab, kitten. Already forgot. Close tab. Tab. Right, but it's disabled. Let's enable it. Where do we do that? Yes, allow it. Yes. Boom. And also this should be like this. Like this. Let's try again. Close window. It's not, oh, I haven't restarted. I quite literally set it to be yes. Come on now. Maybe I have to restart the entire terminal. Let's open another. Cool. So this means that now I can make remaps from fish, for example, that opens a new tab in kitty, does something, waits for it to exit or whatever, and then closes the tab. Stuff of that nature. Being able to control my terminal from the terminal is quite amazing. That's great. Okay, what do we have here? Basically any commands. A set of actions to be allowed when no password is sent can be specified by using an empty password. Finally, the path to a Python module. I don't use Python. Oh, yeah, so that's exactly what I need. Okay, listen to the spice of whatever. Specify the environment variables to be set in child processes. Good to know that exists. Watcher, exe, update checked interval. Allow programs running in kitty to read and write from the clipboard. Clipboard max size, file transfer, allow hyperlinks. How many different features? God damn. Allow cloning. Control whether programs running in a terminal can request new windows to be created. Huh. Forward stdio. Forward std out and std of the kitty process to child processes as file descriptors 3 and 4. This is useful for debugging as it allows child processes to print kitty's std out directly. The shell will print to parent kitty's std out. When enabled, this also sets environment variables so child processes know about the forwarding. Sounds cool. I don't think I need it though. OS specific, why did I say it that way? OS specific tweaks. I am not on Wayland, I'm not on macOS. Again and again and again. Holy shit, there are so many fixes for macOS. Jesus Christ. Linux display server. Okay. Keyboard shortcuts. Where are we currently? So this seems to be all in terms of like settings that you can set. Yeah, pretty much, because the shortcuts, I already configured all of them. Okay, now surely you can set which like keys you have to press to pick something. Surely. Action alias. Let's go to hints directly. It should be somewhere here. Probably extending kitty. Let's try searching. This never works, but maybe it will work. Oh wow! Usually searching in kitty docs is horrible, same way that it is in fish. Right, what I want to change is what numbers and letters it uses. Right, but I don't particularly like numbers. Ah, really? Ooh. To avoid having to specify the same command line options for every identification. Action alias option, creating aliases that have common sets of options. Okay, so you can alphabet kitten hints. Okay. So let's grab this. Alphabet. Boom. Let's put it here actually. And see if that works. Well, it didn't error out, which is already a good sign. Ooh. Huh. Nice. But now it's actually case sensitive. So let's GUF capital B here as well. So it does FJ. Interesting that it's picked J first. that I'm kind of surprised by. Let's try it again. Right, so where is the F? If J is the first one, which one is the F? I guess... Huh. Right? Like, isn't that weird? Let's do this. Still F. Huh. Oh wait, no, so it was F. Right, so let's bring it back to there. Cool, okay. I want to change up how it goes, because both of these hotkeys are on the right side, so it makes sense to have my keys that I use to pick with on the left side for the most part. So ASDFGF, ASDFG, and then this. Basically, I need, yeah, this can work. 0 first, so it's apparently ignored JKL, this, Actually, no, let's keep A to be the first one. No, 0. But SDFG are the best possible ones. Then A. Why? Because you use the pinky to both press A and Shift Alt L. Ideally, it's F, then D, then S, then G, then A, no, then W, E, R, T, and X, C, V, then let's actually completely ignore them for now, like QAZ. Then we do HJKL, but J, KL, H, a lot of configuration, I know. Okay, so JKL, H, but before H we do this. I didn't know that you could configure this, but I'm glad that you can. Then IO, UP, T we already specified, so Y, but before we do that, these two, then M, then N, then Y, then B, After this should be, after H, no, after U, we should have a single quote, QAZ, AQZ. Okay, so the first character, for some reason, is completely fucking ignored So we put it to be 0, which doesn't make particular sense. Let's instead do some other character. After Z we do these. And the first one we may set to be this. Okay. Because once again, it's apparently ignored. So FDS G W ERT G should go before T, and XCV should be before those. Where is V? Okay, we go up to there because V is easier to press than G and T. Okay, then JKL semicolon HIOU fucking single quote P, those two slash N, because it's even more difficult to press than Y, B, AQZ, these, and then the numbers. Okay, I like that. Let's GR inside capital word, and boom. No closing quotation. Okay, so it recognized a single quote as a special character. Good to know that. I guess we can't use it. Okay, any other errors? No. Cool, and now something like this. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Huh. But if we don't specify it, that's so sad. There's probably a way to run open URL with hints via the kitten command. Let's try to find it. Defaults to searching for URLs. Let's actually ask Find. I'm trying to make this hotkey in kitty work. However, it doesn't recognize the action anymore. How do I rewrite this using the kitten hints command? Quite a bloated question, isn't it? Okay. I love that ChatGPT keeps saying, first of all, open your config file. Like, yeah, no shit. Kitten hens. Oh, so you just specify. Oh, interesting. Okay. Like this, I guess. Right? Boom. Boom. Extra command line arguments present. So maybe we put alphabet before, just like we did previously. Well, what? Well, unsurprisingly, it lied. Extra command line arguments. So it expects only a single argument and doesn't recognize this one. My first reaction is, oh. No. So let's try it this way. And let's try deleting special characters. No, it's the same issue regardless. For fuck's sake. Can you hear my cat? Hold up. Alrighty then. What I'm thinking of is that we can just re-implement the command ourselves. And that, at least in my head, is going to be pretty simple. But like, I would rather not, you know? But I guess, yeah, let's do that. So instead of this, specify type URL program. Well, I'm guessing URL program. What is dash? Okay, well, program browser. What? Okay, that's not even true. That's not even true. Oh, this. hold up. Have I been pressing the wrong hotkey all this time to restart? Let's try it out. I feel like I might have been. But it seems to not matter regardless. Okay. Right, so F. Let's like GGL. Can I like do something along the lines of repeat 5? Is repeat not a thing? I feel like for sure it was. For I forget how to do for loops in Fish. Let's do it the simple way. So FDS WER X. Yeah, I like this because after all, I just will look at the link that I'm actually trying to get and will immediately see the letter that I need to press. And I sorted them by how easy they are to press. So I do something like Shift-Alt-L, and my pinky is still on the Shift, my big finger is still on the Alt, and it's very easy to press R immediately. Much easier than it is to press numbers, for example. Okay. What a nice thingy of extreme configuration. So let's go to dot files. Oh, it's the only file there. Interesting. So kitty configure. Well, hold up. Let's sync this thingy with this, and here we know that it does not like special characters. Configure hints labels, hint labels. Boom. Cool. I think that's all that I wanted to do for Kitty. Let's continue on to work on Gaff. Let's go to Gaff. Gaff has a few issues. First of all, if you ever, let's touch a file that has a space in it. Okay, let's stage new. Boom, it doesn't work. You would think I would have caught things not working if they have a space inside of them, but for some reason I didn't. And I know the reason. It's because I thought, well, you're just going to pass this string and it's going to work. It's that simple, right? Wrong. And the reason why it doesn't work is because to get stage, we're not using a shell. So it interprets the quotation marks literally instead of using them to specify a full path. Which is wild. Let's open Gaff in VS Code. So, the issue is somewhere here. First of all, I want to make better error handling, because right now, if it isn't success, we just print some error message instead of printing an actual error message. So, if not success, then what we have to do is take the std_err as a string. I completely forget how to do that. So I guess let's ask ChatGPT as usual. How do I run a command in Rust and take its std_err as a string? Any minute now. Alright, so string from UTF-8. Okay, that's fair. And in this case, I think we can unwrap, because by all accounts, we should be able to convert that std_err to a string. We maybe couldn't have if the command produced std_err that wasn't, well, a string. Maybe it was binary data, which is somehow wrong, and so on and so forth. But here we have this guarantee. So, first of all, return an error string from UTF-8, output std_err, unwrap, expect. Let's use expect like normal people. Get status. I was thinking that I was making this error message for like get add, but I'm actually doing it for get status. Still a good idea though. Expect get status std_err should convert to a string. Let's format, that's weird, but okay. Expect, and now it's like, expected unit type. Oh, we return it. What's wrong now? Yes, so can we do as ref? Yes, as reference. Cannot return value referencing temporary value. Can we like somehow make it static? Because I kinda can't be bothered to change the static string into an actual string. It feels kinda annoying, but okay. So string, and now it's like, oh, actually, all this doesn't work, which is why I didn't want to. And then I'll have to change it in other places as well. Maybe you should say that, oh, well, just always use string. And yeah, like, it would be easier. But on the other hand, like, you know, super Why would I use the heap if I don't have to? And let's catch. So change it in all the places I needed to. So it's not as big of a deal as I thought initially. Okay. So let's look at this again. What do we do here? We run get. If we couldn't run get, then we say that get is not in your path. There's no error right here except this one, I guess. Um, mm-hmm. Ooh, hold up, what? IO is the out right all. Interesting. Huh, that's cool. Okay, so I think it's still the correct way to go, to return an error saying Git is not in your path. Because yeah, pretty much. But if it's okay, then it's okay. And we get output. Now, is it success? If it's not, return an error saying the error message of Git status. Which is fair. Okay. Then we just confirmed that it is success. Let's get stdout. If stdout is empty, then we also return an error. And since we already returned a few errors, that means that yes, indeed, we do print them. So I don't have to change that either. Cool. So now if Git status we can't run for some reason, the actual error from Git gets displayed, which I think makes more sense. Git status displays actual error. And it's going to be more explanatory than whatever I could cook up. Alrighty. Yes, that we're obviously going to do, but I also wanted to create tests for this. I misunderstand something in this thingy. Yeah. I am thinking that output, basically when you run output, you check if you could run the initial command, meaning get. So maybe you could run get, but then the actual command failed. Yeah, and I don't report that at all. And I should, and I super should, because when we just tested, wait, did I commit? Fuck. Let's get reset head. Let's remove fucking ASDF and redo this commit. It's funny how I missed it. Oh, there's something that I didn't ever notice. When we go through different desktops, you can see here that the chat window actually changes its position everywhere, which I did not know. Right, so this expect is actually kind of faulty. the expect only catches if we could run get, basically also meaning that get is not in your path. Let's, yeah, like that. Here and here. The reason why we return an error here, but use expect here, is because if we could run get status, by all accounts, get should be in your path already, because you just ran a command. But maybe by some miracle, you were able to run get in get status, but not get in get add and restore. And if we ever see this expect message, it's going to give us a lot of info. But an even more important info is we let output is this, then match output something something success, right? Immediately forgot. Okay, yeah, status success. So if true, it's successful. We return nothing. Yes, we did. We return nothing. So if it's successful, return okay with nothing. But if it's false, then we do this thing. We string, hold up, we error string from UTF-8 output std error expect, and here we already yes, this Yankee quote. Let's go back here, put this here, boom. So now if we cannot stage, it will actually tell us the error message. Let's immediately try this out. Let's cob and go to target, debug, and yank the path to this. Add another tab to go something like testicles. And let's add a new file, this one, and let's stage new. Haha. See, now we actually see like error messages. However, it also prints another new line, which is not what we want. So let's trim end. Oh wow, it gives us a string slice. That's super annoying. But yeah, I guess that is how you do it. You trim end and then to owned. Unless... No, we already use a string somewhere else, so yeah. To owned here. But in get status, since this is the only place where we actually use a proper string, let's trim end. That's an interesting, I guess, trick that I didn't realize prior. Search for 2. Let's go to string and change it back to static str, I guess. Alright then, what's the issue here? Oh, so we still can't. Really? We still can't? I guess, right. I guess why would we be able to? Can you just make it static? It's an error. It doesn't need to live smartly. Okay. Fucking trim and then 2-owned. Let's be fucking inefficient with memory. Not like it matters particularly, but I would rather. Get, what did we do? Get add std_error should convert to a string. Let's yam and essentially just put it here. Let output is this. I think that's all. But we change add to restore. Get restore, right? That's what we called. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So we also call the command, get the output. If it's success, all right then. If it's not success, we return the string of the error message. Okay, let's cargo build again. And try this again. By the way, it still won't work. We're just checking the error message, and yes, that's exactly what it needs to be. By the way, if you watch my other streams on GAF or watch my video on GAF, you would usually have to type in stage or unstage, but I added aliases, so you can now just say S or U. Unfortunately, you cannot do it for like new, modified, and so on and so forth. I may add them. I just don't like how I'm supposed to do it, like in terms of code. But maybe it's fine. Alright then, so path spec, blah blah blah. And we can see our issue here, which is actually very helpful, and I'm surprised that I haven't noticed it not reporting errors prior, while actually it's very important. We can see that it tries to give us the file as a single thing, and it still specifies us the quotes. And we're like, that means that it took the quotes literally. I figured this out after just thinking for a while. I sat on this issue for kind of too long. Couldn't really get to it. But now with the error message confirming my beliefs, even better. So, first of all, get commands report failures through std error, because I didn't actually catch them prior, and I think printing an error message like this will be useful to the user, at least to some extent. They will at least realize that, oh, this program doesn't support blah 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 yet, and maybe they can create an issue on my repo basically saying, yo, this doesn't work, did you know? I'm like, oh, I didn't. Right, okay, so And what I just did right now may not work with the solution to this actual problem. But I guess we'll see. So get status is completely fine. It can continue on being in the same fashion. There's no issue with that specifically. The issue is with staging. It's because we use a command without using a shell. And some things that, by all accounts, it should interpret, it doesn't. So, we just checked that, yes, we have something to stage. And now, let's fucking go. So, let's mute command is command new sh, actually. And then command.org, we add get. We can actually, hold up, let me cook. Boom, I think we can do this. Seemingly, yes. Okay, so instead of calling get directly, we call a shell. We can actually pick any shell that we want. We can use bash, fish, but that much is unnecessary. Can be used now, which is very cool. You can just call fish and then execute commands, and it's like, amazing. But we use shell because that's all we need here. Then shell with the arguments of get, add, and then everything else actually is fine, I think. I'm not even going to think, gonna be honest. Org, because it will tell me what I missed. So let's build again and try it out again. Oh. Cannot execute binary file. Why? Why? Huh? Interesting. Why can it not? Shell-C. Well, it didn't work, but I think I get the idea. Org -C, and we do a similar thing at the top. Let's try it out. I need to have cargo build, like cargo build, and then actually whatever happens, we bell, because not hearing a bell is just less helpful. Well, that was fast, but okay. Yeah. How mysterious. How incredibly mysterious, and no error message. Well, this sucks. That super sucks. let's do the common thing of asking ChatGPT what the fuck is wrong, or rather, how to continue on with this, because we don't have error messages shown to us, which is, I guess, the issue that we should solve first. In this function, I run get add with a bunch of files from the vec period. In this function, I run get add with a bunch of files from the vec. However, the error messages, the std error is not reflected, so I can't see why it fails. And it's going to probably say, oh, just run get directly. And then we'll ask it about the issue with that. Maybe there is a better solution than using sh. I could see it that if we used bash instead, it would suddenly work. Who knows? Wait, there can be error messages even if it is successful? What? Well, hold up. That is equivalent. We make the error message regardless. Yeah, we do. Yeah. Spawning the command. Whatever. So it gives a non-answer. Here we only report the error only if it's a failure regardless. The reason I'm using sh instead of get directly is because I need to interpret and with a shell. I think it's going to be an easier solution. So the double quotes, maybe like I just trim them whenever I get the input, sure. But then the double dot just doesn't work regardless, and I would rather make it work. Returns the error, yes, you can see. Yeah, but not only. Holds the output until the process is finished. Oh, what? Huh. Interesting. I don't think I need what it's trying to give me. But we'll see if we do. So we can std error, stdio piped. This looks promising. And it doesn't recognize it, so we bloop it. I could see it working. No, it does not. It does not. Something I noticed. The rocket that I use. Yeah. Format, blah blah blah. Yellow. Where does it get that color? I'm pretty sure I define it somewhere, but I have no clue where. Format foreground yellow. I'm guessing it's just the yellow from my theme. So let's just take black and try. Fuck, it's too fast. Let's sleep 2 and bell. Cool. Cool. That's exactly what I want. Fuck. So the fact that it's piped isn't actually helping us. Basically, we're running shell, and sure, it has its own std out, but we don't see it. And we need to somehow be able to get that std error. And I thought that std error stdio piped would do exactly that, but it does not. Which is unfavorable. Yeah. Let's try to understand why it's giving us that. Like, what is happening after that? Let mutable child, command spawn expect, take unwrap, reader, so we just have a reader, why would this be different? Is my question, I guess. But sure, let's try it. Let's copy this and change almost like most of the things. So we get a child, spawn, expect, get is not in your path. Error stream, we just take the error stream, reader, what happens here? We take the reader, okay, gotcha. Let std error is reader, and we need to make it understand what that is. How do we like read everything basically? No? Okay, let's ask it. So it works with an iterator. Okay, so the question is, how do I convert the reader to a array? Because we should just take the std_error and return it. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. Do we really specifically need to use lines? Like, oh my god. That's so incredibly annoying. What is this fucking boilerplate? Just fucking give me a string, for fuck's sake. That's so annoying. Fine. Oh, maybe we just need the buff read. Ooh, consume. Amounts, like everything. Just give me a fucking string. Modifies its receiver in place. So maybe not consume. I guess not. Lines. Lines. We get the lines, we collect into a vector. Yes, find this. Boom. And join with this. Just unwrap for now. What? Right, because it's a vector of results. Swap. What does swap do? Oh. Okay. Lines map. We take line fucking unwrap. Here we go. Fucking finally. Then what happens. Output success. There's probably a library to do get actions like straight away, rather than having to do this bullshit. I probably should use that library. So I think that's going to be my next step. And let's take output, just stdr. Oh, because it's a string, we don't need to do that anymore. And we don't need to expect or anything of that nature. Boom, I think. I think boom. Huh? What? Huh? Yeah, basically it just called get, ignored the add, and ignored everything else. Right, get add. Yeah, it just called get. Okay, yeah. Probably the better solution is going to be using a library. So get. Okay. Get to. It sounds unnecessarily complex. What I expected is a library to call git commands, but I guess not. Let's look at the docs. What the fuck is libgit2? Hi. Ah. Oh my god, you're so correct. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm so ridiculously dumb. I'm a dumbass. I'm so dumb. Out of... Ah! I'm such a dumbass. Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah. Fuck. And here I am fucking doing this whole entire bullshit. Fuck. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Fuck. All right. So stage. For some reason I started doing it. Oh, no, I was here. Okay, so command new sh, then -c, and everything else is in there. So sh, arg, boom, -c, arg. Now format we provide single quotes, correct, and get add and here instead of for path and what, we just what dot join with a separator of a space, something like that. Let's immediately try it out. Oh, right. Get add command not found. Interesting. Why? So it didn't find get, I guess? This seems to be correct, at least what I expect it to be. Or does it expect this entire thing to be a single command? Let's try doing it ourselves. Get add asdf test.lua. So this works. Huh. Why? Maybe we don't need to specify the single quotes ourselves, actually. That's probably it. Yeah, so since we're adding a single argument, let's try that. It worked! Holy shit, it worked! Oh my god! It fucking worked! God damn! It worked! Let's fucking go! Is shit not reading path? No, as you can see, turns out you don't need to specify the single quotes yourself. Which actually makes sense because... Where are we? Not where we need to be. Because when you specify an argument, you don't need to worry about quotes. You just specify what you need. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Okay, extra thing that I want to check out. Let's go to prog and gzach. Let's gzach this bitch. What did I change in dot files? Brilliant. Let's go to dot kitty. Really? Let's go to kitty. So here... No, that's not what I want, actually. I need get status to display a path with dots inside of them. Let's gzach again. I read sh as sh. It's just sh. Gaf may actually work. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's tree this bitch. Really? We don't have... I need a folder! I need a change up to the change. Just woke up. Good morning! What the fuck is lip proj? Yep, tree. And you're probably gonna say, actually, there's a Rust alternative written in Rust that's tree, but better. I am aware. Yeah. Just, there's like literal zero need. I'm super fine with tree, so I kinda don't care. Maybe eventually like on stream, because I have nothing to do, or don't want to approach a difficult project, I may check it out eventually, but for now, tree is like, eh. Also, I still use ls instead of exa. Also haven't like discovered that program, even though it does sound pretty cool. Right, job. Okay, fuck it. Let's go to testicles. Let's make directory. Make cd ASDF. Let's we are in ASDF. First of all, that's probably the most difficult test for it. It's probably not gonna work. Path spec SDF did not match any files. So imagine it's talking about this. But yeah, spaces and upper path, that's like goddamn. Yep, YouTube does that. So let's rename, no, let's rename ASDF to ASDF, and go to ASDF. And now, well, now that's just confusing. Oh, what do you mean? This by all counts should work. Okay, so spaces work, but double dots don't. I thought that ship took the current working directory. Oh wait, no. Yeah, obviously it does. It does indeed do that by default, I imagine. The better question is, what do we get? Non-devout person, burn a witch. I'm devout in some cases, but not always. Why the fuck does it do that? What? So it just ignores these. Wow. It just ignores them. Imagine. Huh. Really? What, are we in fucking 1800 or something? That's hilarious. That's so ridiculous. Okay, so something in my parser does that, I'm pretty sure. So let's do this, B, debug, boom. Let's do this, bulk. Okay, so what? Oh, yeah. So yeah, it does ignore dots for some reason, even though by all accounts it should not. Wait, no way. If it works that way, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Wow. So, if you fucking call get status directly, then it's like, oh, I'm not gonna give you double dots, you're welcome. Fuck you. What the hell? So if we get status normally, yeah, we get dots like normal. But if we call get status directly, now suddenly they're just not there. Why? Because it's like more convenient then? It's not. It's super not. Okay, but now at least I know. Bro, I'm already porcelain. That's not the issue whatsoever. You can just throw a random solution and think it applies. It does not. Okay, so fix, yeah. Basically, what's in here is oh, okay, I see what you mean. Porcelain. Okay, who fucking recommended porcelain to me to begin with? Who is that devil? Wow. Just wow. Why the fuck does it do that? This is so inconvenient. Fuck you, man. I mean, you probably didn't know, but that's so shitty. But okay, this might be a better solution than I initially thought then. It worked. It fucking worked. Brilliant. Okay, so working solution. I know, right? Like, so get porcelain is supposed to be like, oh, it's a more convenient thingy for scripts. Not having double dots is not convenient. I don't know. Maybe it is, but for me it super isn't. Unless, I guess... yeah, do that. I'm wondering myself, like, what? Okay, maybe it's because if you called get add directly, if you just specify the files as they are, they would be staged correctly with porcelain. But it's not the case. It's literally not the case. Double dots did not work for me, and that's the reason why I'm like trying to implement a solution right now. It's because without dots, the paths don't work. So it's like extra strange. Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Right, but let me warn you, I'm super hungry. And usually when I get hungry, I also get mad. So let me type in the changes that I want to make, and then I'll end the stream. So first thing that we'll have to do is call stage and unstage through shim report std error from it That we already do for stage, but just to have all of it. Then get status porcelain 2-s. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and another thing that I want to do is tests for the what? Lol. For the parser, basically I'm gonna give it a string and see what it gives me to have surety about that. And then, if I remember correctly, the debug thingies are automatically removed when you build with release, so I don't even know if it matters to remove them. I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to, I think. I'm pretty sure cargo install installs the release, like it builds from to release rather than debug. It would be strange to not. Yeah, and it's not like there's no way to test stage and on stage, but it sounds like a hog, and I don't think I'm going to. Sounds like a hog. I know that I'm pretty sure hog is not the correct word, but it sounds funny, so I use it. Like a slog, I think, is the better word. I'm unsure though. By the way, Sass, did you notice that there's this weird, like, thingy here? Like, why doesn't your message go all the way down? That's because I have CSS to let me make my chat as small as this. Because even though I set a window rule to make the chat window as small as possible, like 1 pixel by 1 pixel, it just does not want to for some reason. So like, damn. And that's why I have to have this padding here. Yeah, I'm so happy that I found a solution to this, but without you, Sass, I'd probably smash my head against the keyboard for a few more hours. Status relative paths dictates whether status outputs paths relative to PWD or to repo root. Porcelain ignores it and uses the latter. That makes sense, truthfully, but it's so annoying. I think using get status s is better then in this case, because people who use git status probably use git status s and most definitely not porcelain, because there's no reason to. Therefore, they will expect, say they do git status, they will expect these to work. Like, yeah. And then if I like, I don't know, change their setting, I can't quite explain why I think this is better. Add a comment if there are any parsing issues. It may be any colored output. Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like that's not going to be the first issue. We'll add it to the things to mention. Colored output issues. -s is easier, but it's actually worse. Because what would be better is use porcelain and just git add and git restore from the repos directory. However, we do not know the repos directory, and we would have to implement more logic to figure it out. To then call the command from that repo, so that first of all, we don't have to deal with double dots anyway, and second of all, so that regardless of the user's setting, it will work. If they set to relative to repo root, basically if they change their default of relative paths, gaf stops working if we do need relative paths. So you're correct. Okay, maybe it's not as crazy of an idea as I initially thought. So get rev parse show top level to, let's immediately y sv0 des boom to get the repo root to use porcelain to stage unstage. That approach is probably going to be the most consistent, because regardless of this setting, which the user may have changed, and I might change it myself, because I didn't know that it was a thing. Let me actually copy this and put it here. Yeah, so when you think about it, you do git status. This is just like visual clutter, if we're being honest here. While get status porcelain is just kind of cleaner, and then we can recognize that, oh, it's to here. And then if we made a lot of changes in this directory, it will pretty much be on the same thingy. Why does it have, oh no, that's normal. Basically it's going to be better. Huh. What the fuck? What in the living hell? What is this shit? What? Jesus Christ. fuck? I don't think this is particularly useful. I think it's going to be more difficult to parse than just this, which is funny. Right, so making my git status s display from the root, I think it's going to be more clean. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Let's redictate the whole idea. First of all, yes, those still stay. Basically, use this to get the repo root, to use porcelain from yeah, that's the entire idea actually. You just get the repo root and use porcelain. So even if the user changed that setting, which I intend to do, didn't know that it existed, thank you, GAF will still work for them, because it's a very sad situation where you're like, oh my god, this program is so useful, like GAF, for example, and then you recognize that, oh, I have to set status relative paths to some specific thing for it to work. And they may actually, instead of ditching the program, actually change their setting to be something that they like less, just so they can use the program. I definitely did this myself with other programs a few times, and it's very sad. So this better solution, turns out, is better than I thought. So yeah, that's cool. Right, and I call things from sh to interpret paths, so usually I don't need that. Okay, that's great. Yeah. And change status relative paths. The inconvenience of opening a GitHub issue is bigger than living with settings you may not prefer. Yes, yeah, I absolutely agree. Actually, I reconsidered on relative paths, like changing them for myself. Just recognize that git add and then like we're fucked. Basically, I can't do something like this anymore, because it will be this and it won't work. So relative paths is actually still better, because you can use git status to get the paths to git add without having to go to the repo root, you know? But still, a user can potentially change this. Maybe they have a way around this issue, or maybe they don't have this issue anyway. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. I just heard my headphones fucking log off. They were apparently powered on the entire night.